review, part 2, question 31. So it says solve the inequality, then graph the solution. So this has two inequality signs, okay? So I've written it out here. Let's do it. So how I do compound inequalities, so inequalities with two or more than one inequality, is I just cover up one of them. And I say, okay, how do I solve it? Well, Z wants to be alone. Do I get rid of the 5 or the 10? Yeah, Z wants to be alone, so I get rid of the 5. 5 times Z, I do the opposite, divide. And then I go, oh, I have to do it to that side too. So that's 1. Oh, do I have to flip the sign? No, because it's only when I divide by a negative number, and here it's positive, so I don't flip the sign. And negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. Now 1 can hide, so it's just Z. Okay, I put a little line here so you know it's a Z, not a 2. Okay, so let's read that. Letter to the number, letter to the number. So Z is bigger than negative 2. So here's negative 2, it has to be bigger than negative 2. And let's read it this way. Z has to be smaller than or equal to 2. So Z has to be smaller or equal to. Which one do I color in? I have to color in this circle because it has the equal sign, and I don't color in that one because it doesn't have the equal sign. So this stays open, and this one is closed. So it's anything between negative 2 and 2. I include 2, but I don't want negative 2. So, not that, not that, this one. Because see, it has to be open, closed. And let's check the numbers. Negative 1, negative 2, 1, 2. Yes, so it's B. Okay, and if you want to do the brackets, open is round, closed is square, so that's negative 2, 2. Okay, let's look at 32. 32 says solve the inequality, and again we have two sets of brackets. So whenever I have two sets of brackets, I just pretend we don't. I cover it up. I say, okay, so here's Z. We want to get Z by itself. Do I get rid of this 5 or this 5 first? This one's like the best friend. It's close to the Z. That's like the neighbor. He's kind of far away. So who do I get rid of first? Yeah, I have to get rid of the neighbor. If this is positive, I do minus. I do always do opposite. I have to do the other side of the inequality sign. And then I go, oh yeah, I have to do this one as well. Cover it up. Don't look at it. Because it's exactly the same. So 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 minus 5 is, 0. That's okay. Oh, I have to do this. I lose 15 and I lose 5. Oh, I lost a lot. 20. Now cover it up again. Don't look at it. So Z wants to be alone. Do I get rid of the 5 or the 0? Yeah, Z wants to be alone, so I have to get rid of the 5. 5 times Z. What's the opposite of times? Divide. Same over same. That's 1. So I'm left with 1Z is less than or equal to 0. Oh, wait, I have to also do it to this side. So divide by 5, divide by 5. So that is negative 4, if I put that in my calculator. And 1 can hide, so then it's just... Okay, so let's read it from the letter to the number. Letter to the number. So Z has to be bigger than negative 4. And then I read it from the letter to the number. Z has to be smaller than or equal to 0. Which one do I color in? Well, this one I don't color in because it doesn't have the equal sign. This one I must color in because it says less than or equal to. So I have to color in that. So I want 0. I don't want negative 4. So if I want to do the brackets, I go round at negative 4, square at 0. Because if I want it, I do square, equals. Okay, so let's look at the answers. It goes open, closed. Open, 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 closed, maybe. Closed, open, not that, not that. Oh, so it must be this one. Let's check the numbers. 1 bigger than negative 5 is negative 4, and that's 0. And it's open, closed, open, closed. Yeah, so it's B. Okay. Now let's look at 33. 33. Where's 33? Let me pause it. Okay, so now we'll do question 33. I've written, it says solve the inequality, and again I have two inequality signs. I've just copied it down. So I'm going to cover up one of them. So x wants to be alone. So do I get rid of the 2 or the 4? 2 is close to x. It's like the best friend, and 4 is kind of far away. It's kind of like your neighbor. Who do I get rid of first, the 2 or the 4? The best friend or the neighbor? Yeah, the neighbor. So I always do opposite. If that's plus 4, I do minus 4, minus 4. Oh yeah, I have to do it also to that sign. Let's cover it up. We don't look at it. So 4 minus 4 is 0. So I'm left with minus 2x. Oh, it's a negative 4. Do I flip the sign? No, you only flip when you divide by a negative number. Divide. Here we're just subtracting 4. We're not dividing, so don't flip the sign. So 10 minus 4 is 6. Oh yeah, I have to do this as well. I have 2, but then I lose 4. I have 2 and I lose 4. Yeah, negative 2. Okay, so cover it up again. X wants to be alone. Do I get rid of the 2 or the 6? X wants to be alone, so I have to get rid of the 2. This is 2 times x, so I have to divide by, I have to do the opposite. 2 times x, the opposite is divide. Oh, wait a minute. He's a negative 2, so don't lose the negative 2. You have to divide by same, same. Oh, I have to do this one as well. Cover it up. Same over same is 1, and that's negative 3. Oh, wait a minute. We are dividing by a negative number. That means I have to flip. Okay? That's a rule. Whenever you divide by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. So it was this. Now we have to go the other way. I also have to flip this one. So if it's that way, I have to go that way. Same over same is 1. Okay? So whenever you have underneath on the bottom of a fraction, what you're doing is you're dividing by a negative number, and you have to flip this inequality sign. So the mouth of the alligator was that way, now he's the other way. He was this way, now he's this way. He was this way, now he's this way. Okay, so now let's read it. Oh, the 1 hides, so now it's just x. Okay, so let's read it from letter to number, letter to number. So x is smaller than 1. X is smaller than 1. Okay, now it says x has to be bigger than negative 3. X has to be bigger than or equal to negative 3. So here's negative 3. X has to be bigger. Bigger is this way. Do I have to color it in? Close the circle? Yeah, because look, there's an equal sign. That means we want this. So let's close it in. So everything that I can substitute in here is between negative 3 and 1. I don't want the 1, that's why it's open, but I want the 3, negative 3. So if I want the 3, it's a square bracket. If I don't want the 1, I do round bracket. So now let's check. It goes solid, it goes closed, open. Closed, open, no. Closed, no. So maybe these ones. Let's check. Negative 3, 1. Well, this 1 bigger, that's a 1 here. What's this? 1, 2, 3. That's negative 3. Let's check this one. 1, 2, 3. This one's backwards. Because see here, it should be 1 here and 3 here. So it's not that one. It's this one. Okay, so the big rule to remember here is when you divide by a negative number, when you have a fraction that's on the bottom, then you have to flip the inequality signs. Okay? And don't be nervous when you have 2 inequalities. Just cover one. Solve it like normal, and then go, oh yeah, I have to do the same to that side. Then cover it up again and solve it, and then go, oh yeah, I have to do it to that side. Okay? It's not harder, it's just longer. Alright?